It's supposed to be sad on Extra Funny.
No.
But Weight Watchers is declaring Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Really?
Yeah.
Weight Watchers.
And they're going to, continue to, bounce back and all of that kind of stuff. But they have to clear. I think it's at $1 billion in debt.
How do you get $1 billion in debt? You're not providing any products. I mean, it's like they're classes. How do you make $1 billion in debt?
Because they have subscriptions to like it would have been a magazine. They used to have a magazine. Now it's all online. They also pay Oprah. You have no telling what they paid Oprah to be their endorser. But yeah, they have a lot of what do you call it, overhead. And it's a shame because Weight Watchers works.
It does.
It really does work. And doctors will tell you that Weight Watchers is a good plan if you want to lose weight. My wife lives by the points.
She does. Trust me. I've been hearing about her point system for a long time. Are they blaming the rise in Ozempic for their financial
a
problems?
lot of those weight loss products and things like that do blame the drugs. Let me see what they're saying on the whole article. They're not shutting down. I already said that.
Good. It's iconic. Weight Watchers has been around,
Yeah, and they still do the meetings and all, and I don't know whether that's their biggest, money maker or what, but you pay like I said, a subscription fee to follow the program. They figure out the points that you need, and then they have the app, and it's a big, what do you call it?
Operation.
And inclusive of a lot of things. Bolster its financial position, increase investment flexibility and strategic growth initiatives, and better serve its millions. Okay, here you go. The company, now known as WW International, has struggled with about $1.5 billion in debt and has failed to keep pace with more convenient weight loss options, including GLP-1 drugs like Ozempic and over-the-counter. They're doing that rather than counting points and calories.
Okay. But really, like how many people, realistically, that want to lose weight are on Ozempic? It can't be that significant, can it?
Yeah, it's way more than you would think.
Really?
Yeah. It's just like if you looked around and said, there can't be that many people on antidepressants.
Yeah, I would have no idea.
The antidepressant market is huge.
Really?
But you wouldn't think that so many people would be on Ozempic because it's so expensive.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, it just seems like so out of reach for so many people that want to lose weight. You'd think Weight Watchers would be, more affordable, easier to do.
And it would be, but I don't know if they have it set up now where people have to participate in so many aspects of Weight Watchers, what they have to offer, so many levels to make it, as profitable as it once was. I don't know.
And I know just about a year ago they said they were going to start incorporating GLP-1 drugs or whatever they call them into Weight Watchers plans to sort of adapt.
Because that was when Oprah said she had been taking drugs.
I bet
I think didn't she say that she'd been taking the weight loss drug? She didn't say which one.
She didn't.
But that's when they said, and we have a plan to go with that.
I bet they were pissed. Yeah. They must have been pissed. Like, come on.
But outside of, because nobody knows really the lasting effects of those weight loss drugs. Just like you don't know the lasting effects of any new drug. You know, it's been around for a while. But Weight Watchers has always been a healthy way to lose weight. Doctors recommend it. But I think hiring Oprah was what really did it. People don't like Oprah anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. I get why. She's famously talked about her struggles with weight. I get that she's a huge personality. You're like 1 and 1, got it. But yeah, maybe the public opinion has turned on Oprah.
Yeah, I don't think she carries nearly the clout that she used to, or the clout that she thinks she still does. I mean, I've always known Oprah's principles and beliefs and all of that as far as the political world and all of that, and that's why I don't like her. But a lot of people just realize that, like say in this last election and stuff, how deeply into that liberal mindset and world that she's in. So even people that, were conservative didn't know how liberal Oprah is and how deeply that runs. So they still supported her and liked her and all of that. But then once this last election especially came around, those people saw, whoa, she's just I knew she was a liberal, but I didn't know she was that wacko, Just my guess. But yeah, it's a shame about
it's terrible.
about the WW.
But Oprah shouldn't be the be all end all. There's other fat people that could be good endorsers for your product. Maybe not in Hollywood, but you got to attach your. I'm going to use a horrible example, but Jared from Subway. It worked. He's a regular guy. Yeah. Had a great success story. Mm-hmm. Turns out he was a monster, but maybe that would work for him. Get a person that's had a really great experience with Weight Watchers, and you wouldn't have to pay him nearly as much as Oprah.
No, and they could be a much better asset to you.
Absolutely.
Because I'm saying Oprah doesn't carry the power she used to.
Maybe not.
And I never understood really why she had as much, hold over people as she did. It's like this iconic figure. I didn't see the talent in what Oprah does match the royal treatment that she's always gotten. Am I the only one that has the guts to say that Oprah's not as talented as she is celebrated? I guess so. Tell her I said it.
Gail.
Damn, Oprah. Gail, too.
Oh.
If Gail wasn't an astronaut, she wouldn't be worth anything. The fact that she went to damn astronaut trade school and became an astronaut.
I will say this, Gail looked awesome.
Yeah, she's pretty.
She is pretty.
Mm-hmm. I give credit when credit is due. You don't see a pretty liberal every now and then. But when you do,
stands out.
Yeah, give them credit.
That's terrible. But do you think Gail's like up Oprah's butt? Like, girl, you got to lose some weight. You got to do. You think she's like helping her in her quote unquote weight loss journey?
No. I think Oprah's the dominant, and Gail's the submissive. Always. I don't mean that necessarily in a sexual way. I just mean, Oprah's the big dog.
Well, sure, she's Oprah.
Mm-hmm. So I don't see Gail going up in her face and going, Oprah, you got to get a hold of yourself. I'm tired of this shit.
Put down the taco.
I'm tired of you doing this to yourself, Oprah. I'm not going to be your friend anymore if you keep doing this. No, that's not going to happen. Gail didn't want to have to go find a place to live.
Yeah, I believe that. I wouldn't want to either. Like, you're perfect just the way you are, girl. I wish you'd get bigger. Yeah. There's more of you to love. How about that?
Because don't you always picture Gail living in Oprah's house or in a pool house or something? That's what I always picture.
Yeah, that she's a major part of her life. Yeah, I do think that.
She's like, what was J.B. Smooth's character's name in
Curb
Your Enthusiasm?
Yeah, what the heck was his name?
Anyway, him to Larry David.
Yeah.
Living out in the
just
pool
living
house.
In the house. What's up, Larry? You get in there.
Leon.
Leon. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe she does live in that house. Out there in Montecito or wherever it is.
I don't think she does, but I just always picture that. Like they're
sure.
just, she's there to help Oprah when she's not working.
Stedman, Oprah.
Is Stedman still in the picture?
I think so. He ain't going nowhere. He's like, why would I go anywhere?
You think Oprah, though, is very temperamental and high maintenance?
There has never been a great story that came out where you hear about Oprah just being a total tyrant in that way. But you got to imagine at some point it comes out like, I am shutting it down, like just really going off the rails. But I don't know, that story's just never come out.
No. Would it? Because it's Oprah, would anybody report it if they did hear about it? I don't know that.
But don't you want to hear Stedman's like horror stories of like when she was really going nuts this day? But he is as tight-lipped as they come.
Yeah, and it's kind of like when your parents make you go get the belt they're going to spank you with, or go cut the switch that they're going to spank you with. He's an attorney, so she probably makes him write up all of the non-disclosure agreements that he has to sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, go make yourself another non-disclosure agreement.
Yeah. Steady.
Make yourself useful. And then I'll have my real attorney look over it.
This is TJ Riggins Extra Funny.
Hey, it's TJ, and if you need anything when it comes to real estate, then you have to talk to our friends, the Temple team at Keller Williams Realty. Why? Because they're the experts when it comes to anything real estate. They even fly all over the world and teach other people how to do what they do. Jody and I have always used the Temple team, and we love every one of them. Yes, even Kent Temple, and he and I get on each other's nerves from time to time, but still love each other. Make sure you tell them you heard about it from us. Go to tjriggins.com/Temple team for the Temple team at Keller Williams Realty.
It's now easier than ever at the homepage, tjriggins.com. Oh, look, our new subscribe button, where you can make sure you're getting the new shows right when they're posted. Find listening options for Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, social media sites, and more. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
Every Monday, there's a fresh new episode of the TJ and Jody's House podcast, starring TJ and his wife, Jody. It's a look inside their lives, and you don't want to miss it. It's all brought to you by Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress. Go to tjriggins.com/mattress for more information. That's tjriggins.com/mattress.
Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
Let's do it!
Now, back to TJ and Riggins Extra Funny.
What? Riggins, I don't know how you feel about this, whether you care or not, but I think you always like for people to like you. You always, strive for people to like you. This lady here does not trust you at all.
Really?
Mm-mm.
I don't trust nobody that close their eyes and automatically go to sleep. What the f***? That's weird. You don't got nothing on your mind? You don't got no thoughts to quiet down? You don't got nothing just spinning around that you got to make silent? You just close your eyes snoring already. That's strange. And I don't trust you.
So you fall asleep immediately, so she doesn't trust you.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I guess that's a New York accent that we're hearing there.
A little tinge of.
You can always tell with the word already. ALREADY. New Yorkers pronounce it already. Already. Listen to Adam, our manager, when he says the word already. He'll say, but I've already done that.
Already.
Yeah.
We don't even have time to pronounce all the syllables. So we just leave out letters.
Already. You don't have no thoughts? No thoughts?
Man, that is crazy.
Close your eyes, you're snoring already.
Yeah, that's what you do in bed. I think throughout the day. I get all my thinking done then. But when I lay down, I'm ready to go to bed.
But how is that you would think you'd look at it the other way. Say if somebody can't sleep, it's because they got too much, craziness going on in their head. I don't trust them.
Yeah.
People just say some
I know.
just to be saying something.
Yeah.
Dumb.
Especially the trust thing. I don't trust you when blank happens. It's like, okay, get a grip.
Yeah, get out of here.
Come on.
Choke dumbass. So today, my in-laws are coming in from Louisiana. They're flying, and we're picking them up. Their plane lands at 4:30 this afternoon.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, those flights from Louisiana are always right in the middle of rush hour in Charlotte when they get here. Mm-hmm. Always.
4:30.
Mm-hmm. See, they could have gotten up and gotten on a really early, like a 6 o'clock flight or something. They would have been here already.
Yeah, they're retired already. They could. They could
already.
Now, is that a trip that you'll make with Jody? Like you both have to go up to go get them from the airport?
We don't have to, but I will.
You will.
Yeah, I love them.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. So, plus, I don't like Jody going in that city alone.
Well,
that
listen.
big mean city.
Yeah. She's just from a small country girl.
Mm-hmm.
She don't know nothing about the big city. Would she be able to get to the airport?
Oh, yeah.
See, my mom can't. Well, she did it one time, and that was recently. And my dad, they did like 2 practice runs from their house to the airport, and he guided her through it, and she was successful.
Yeah, Jody's done it many times without me or anybody. She didn't pick up people at the airport. Hell, Jody drove a U-Haul to Nashville and back.
That's right. She did do that.
Yeah, all through the big city of Nashville. She's in a big old ass U-Haul.
Yeah, but that's fun. I'm talking about something that seems. Yeah, that's not a pleasant experience. I can't stand doing that.
Yeah, and you know what? I watched her drive off in that thing, and I kept thinking, you know what? This is probably not the only time I'm going to ever watch her drive away in a U-Haul. There'll be a final time soon. I have a feeling.
We're going to see this again.
But no, Jody is one of those.
Can do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because she said, I mean, if you got stuff to do, you don't have to go to the airport with me. I can go get it. I said, no, I want to. But it's not like I would say, no, I need to go help you. Mm-hmm. She'd laugh in my face.
Yeah, exactly. It's not even believable.
No.
Because that's interesting. She's a can-do kind of person. You're a can't-do in some ways.
I'm just like, I'm a don't want to do person.
Don't want to do.
I can't do, don't want to do.
Yeah, maybe. That's why you're a good team, though.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, and there's no doubt about it. She is far, far more of a go-getter than I am. Always has been.
Yeah, she gets it done.
Mm-hmm. I mean, she complains about being old and having frozen shoulder and, things like that. But if you just watched her in a day when she's up and moving, and which is, every day, but if you just try to follow her around, I'm going to run these errands, and she'll just rattle it off. I'm going, here, you need anything? No, all right, bye. Mm-hmm. Gone, come in, immediately start doing whatever she's got to do. Never, in the daytime, never sits down and just chills.
No.
Doesn't turn the TV on. I can't wait to turn the TV on. It's like I'll get home because I'll stay up here for a couple of hours at least every day working on stuff. And then I go home and I have more stuff to do later in the afternoon, but I'll stop and take a break and watch TV for a little bit just to, unwind and then get back to it. She doesn't do that. She's like, get it done.
Gotta go.
Non-stop till it's time for me to take a bath. Get in my pajamas.
Yeah, when I was at your house not too long ago, and she answered the door while on the phone and didn't even acknowledge my presence. Like, she was moving that quickly, where I guess she had seen me somehow, and I went, ha, and she wasn't even looking at me because she was like on the phone and holding something else in her hand, reading from a paper. And I went, holy crap! That was just she is moving.
Mm-hmm. So I, try to stay out of her way. If she's
bet.
gone during the day for a while, I'll set up my computer and I'll work down in where where civilization is, and the living room and the kitchen and stuff, bright windows and the whole thing.
Where the people are.
Yeah, and then she'll come in and go, "What are you doing down here? Why aren't you up in your hole?"
Oh, gee.
Stuff like that. I go, well, I would like to do stuff down here more often, but I try to stay out of your way. Mm-hmm. I like being down here where it's bright and lively and all of that, but I don't want to be in your way. The other day I was having to listen and pick. I was going through these songs that I'm going to be using for my political show. It's called in the talk radio world, they call it bumper music. So when you go from the commercials back to the content, you have music that plays and you talk over it. And I'm very meticulous about that because I don't ever believe in talking over vocals of a song. So I have to make sure that the instrumental part of it if it's not long enough, it can be stretched. We call it looped. And so it takes, some pretty intense listening and counting beats and that sort of thing in your head. And I had already set up downstairs at the kitchen table when I was doing that. And then she came in. And I knew she was at the grocery store, so when I heard the garage door open, I immediately go start helping her bring stuff in and then talk to her for a little bit. And when it got quiet, I started doing my stuff again. Well, I could tell that wasn't part of what her plan was for the day, for me to be down there cranking music and stuff. And so I packed it up and went up to my hole.
Mm-hmm. Get back up in your hole. Get back.
But that's the thing I do. I mean, she has established in our marriage years and years ago that she has work that she does during the day. And for, up until the last 5 years, I wasn't home during most of that thing. Well, now we work closer to the house, and I got different schedule and all that. And I'm invading her territory. Even if I'm not bothering her or doing anything, it's just that I guess my being down there throws her off.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's exactly what people started going through during the pandemic when different spouses started working from home. There was like a major shakeup. Like, whoa, your presence here is just not even in a bad way necessarily, but it's changing the dynamic.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, it's not like that. If she's doing something, let's say she's watching. She's having to keep up with news stories or something. And she's watching a news story on her phone. Like, let's say it's a reel and it's a clip from something about Trump. It's not like I go to her while she's intently watching it and start talking to her and asking her questions where she's got to pull away from it and then restart it completely. When I'm finished talking to her. It's not like I'm doing that.
Right. Yeah,
Not like I'm doing that.
No.
Yeah. But she's full on now when we watch TV together, and I guess it's when she watches TV after I go to bed. She's full on millennial Gen Z, doing her phone and TV at the same time, playing whatever new version of Candy Crush that's taken over the ladies. That's what she's doing.
Content delivered.
Yeah.
5 different ways. Yeah. It's awesome. Just I'll have a streaming show going, a video on YouTube, something, the phone next to my side. It's terrible. I mean, it's awful.
Yeah.
But then again, the entertainment, do you really need to be that focused on the new episode of Below Deck? Not really. No. So, it doesn't require
but I'm talking about
100% of my
when
attention.
she's watching real shows that you do need to be into the stuff that I like, the intelligent things. The intelligent things.
I'm sure. Really?
Yeah. She loves that show we watch together now called Atypical. And it's a family where the son is on the autism spectrum. And it's got that Jennifer Jason Leigh in it and Michael Rappaport and some other people. He used to not be cool. He's cool now. Michael Rappaport is, yeah. Mm-hmm. But anyway, it's an involved show. It's sometimes, it's dramatic at times and all that. And it should be paid attention to, undividedly.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Undividedly.
And she's
sure.
big old ass glasses, looking at the phone and looking. But you can't pull away. You can't look up from Candy Crush.
Is that right?
I don't think so.
It's been so long since I played Candy. I think it was 2004 last time I played Candy Crush.
Well, it's made a resurgence.
Has it?
Yeah.
Back to crushing candies.
A new version of it and all.
She's not spending money on it, right?
I don't. Not doubt it.
Some people have really gotten into trouble doing that.
If you can spend money on it to make it more advanced or to make it more enjoyable or whatever, I know good and well my little friend Jenny is spending whatever the top level of Candy Crush is, she's buying it.
Yeah.
Because she plays it all the time.
My brother, he bought the premium subscription to the Weather Channel app. I went, what the hell are you learning? But, I mean, it's just, you want to strangle him.
Yeah, and Jenny has that too. She has, I don't know if it's the Weather Channel app, but it's a paid app for the weather that will give you, weather radar on the moon or whatever. And she can tell you it's going to hit in this area at this time. And
My brother goes, you can now see this is 14 days in advance. It's like, you live in Georgia. And don't worry, you're not going to face any, tragic snowstorms.
It doesn't matter how much of a subscription price you're paying. They're not telling you 14 days in advance is accurately what the weather's going to be.
Yeah, give me a break. You live in Metro Atlanta. I'm pretty sure it's going to be fine.
About the same thing.
It's Extra Funny with TJ and Riggins. Where are these huge discounts on great products? The deals page at tjriggins.com.
Check it out.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Yeah.